All right, Virgo, I like it. There is that little bit of difficulty that's in there, but, it's really happening for your highest good, right? So, friendly vampire, witness, to know personal evidence and to speak out. And then expansion from chakra wisdom. Now, expansion is about people, specifically needing to move on from people who are critical of you, of your dreams, of your desires, right? It is expanding the people that are in your life. Your friendships are going to be changing. You're going to be getting rid of old relationships and bringing in new people, but it's only because you're becoming a witness to what is happening with the people around you. When you're looking at witness, it's like your eyes are open now. Now you see, right? It's about accepting the evidence of your experience here and speaking out about it, becoming a witness to your own experience. But it's the experiences that you're having with people right now. All right, Virgo. Here's your overall for the week. The Fool, the Fool, the Fool. Now, I feel good about it. Because I think about Virgo and I think about, how much you analyze things, right? And that could be a good or a negative thing, depending on, the situation that you're analyzing. But when you're looking at the Fool as your overall, it could be that you just need to say, screw it and let's go for it, right? Taking a risk here, the leap of faith. And I love the message behind the Fool because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you don't know what's going to happen, right? It's about the experience. Now, definitely for some of you, you are needing a new path and needing new people in your life. Now, in the past, the Queen of Pentacles, that, is definitely you. I've always said that when the Queen of Pentacles shows up, I feel like this is Virgo. I feel like this is you. You're so grounded and so in tune with the world around you and yourself. Sometimes shit happens because of other people and it throws you out of whack, but, this is you, right? Now, I feel like with this being past circumstances, though, that, you are responsible here for creating comfort and stability for yourself, for the people that are around you, right? Being very giving, because that is Virgo too, right? If somebody came to you with something, you would be like, here, let me help you, and sometimes that's a bad thing, feeling like you need to fix people. But I feel good about her and I'm glad that that's what you're pulling on here. But I also feel like this is for those of you who are on your own. Now, in the present, the Ten of Pentacles, very nice, very nice. But I look at the Fool and think if there is a level of security and stability with where you're at right now, right? And maybe it's saying that it's time for you to take a leap into something. If you've created your own security and stability, don't keep yourself stuck with the idea that, you can't experience something new or do something new if you don't know what's going to happen, because you may think that it'll affect your security and stability, right? But I see this as a good thing, that this is what you have right now. Oh, yeah. So future conditions, the Page of Pentacles, you have it now. You have that financial backing. You have that security and stability. You are responsible for creating this. It is time for you to build something new here. Looking at the Page of Pentacles, this could be a couple of different things, but it to me, I look at that and think starting over, right? But you're not starting over in terms of like needing to rebuild your life here because you already have security and stability. I think it's starting over with wanting to learn something new, wanting to start something new. It could be wanting to start your own business here. I like it, but the Page of Pentacles, again, it's starting at the bottom, but that potential is there. And there may be that communication that's coming through that, is opening the door for you to go, you know what? Let's try it. Let's see what happens. Your best path to follow, the Six of Wands. I feel good about it. Like, I feel good about it. A lot of times when I look at the Six of Wands, I worry about where the attention is coming from. I don't feel like it's you on a high horse here going, look at me. I don't think that you're wanting attention. I think that you're needing to put yourself out there because you are going to be recognized for, you know, what you are getting ready to do here, right? Like you need to put yourself out there because you can make this happen. You know, I feel good about it, right? Victory, you know, but it's that recognition from others going, yeah, you know, look at what they've done. Look at what they were able to do with their life, you know, but you are going to have to take a leap here and do it. Yeah, I'm telling you, and it goes right back to what I was saying before. In your environment, the hangman, what are you waiting for? You know, what is it about your situation right now that makes you feel like, you know, you can't just go ahead and do this? Because I look at the hangman and I always think being bound to a situation, right? Wanting to see things differently here, you know, needing to see the different perspective, needing to gain the enlightenment, right? But that enlightenment is the Fool. Just do it, you know? Like, seriously, I feel good about this. If I thought it was you taking a leap and falling flat on your face, I would be like, yeah, maybe that's not such a good thing. But everything here is indicating to me that if you go ahead and do this, whatever it is that you're looking to build here, whatever it is that you've learned and you're looking to apply to create more of this security and stability, it's going to bring recognition to you. Like, I feel like it's going to bring in more of, you know, what you've worked hard to get now, right? And do you get to move into a place where you get to enjoy everything now, right? But what's holding you up here? Your hopes and your fears, the past. All right. So the Six of Cups. And I go right back to the past. Are you going to be on your own again if you do this? You know, because that's what I'm getting from that Queen of Pentacles. I feel like, you know, you are the one that is responsible for creating this. If you take a leap into trying to build something new, whether it's, you know, a business here, building a new relationship, whatever it is, you're holding yourself up because there is fear of a repeat of the past, right? Like, I feel like, you know, I mean, it's not a bad thing, though. Because I look at the Six of Cups and I think happy memories, right? And definitely, like, I feel, especially with the Six of Wands there, this level of pride for the fact that, you know, you've created all of this for yourself. You've done this on your own, right? But if you take a leap here and do something new, you know, are you going to have a repeat of the past where you're going to have to put in a lot of work and effort to get to the Ten of Pentacles all over again? And I don't think that that's it. Like, I don't think that that's it. But something about this, you know, level of, for Christ's sakes, if I could talk right, this level of stability that you have worked for, it's something in regards to this that's like stopping you. It's stopping you from, you know, realizing something that you could potentially do here. And then coming out the Two of Wands, you know, and it's funny because I look at the Fool and I think, just do it. Just do it, you know, see what happens, right? But you're like, wait a minute, I got to plan some things out. And then the Knight of Swords. You know, I look at that, and with the Two of Wands, you're not actually doing that, though. And that's the thing. And I think that for some of you, there may be some issues that, you know, you need to deal with first before you're ready to just go ahead and do something here. Now, you know, again, with the Four of Wands, looking at the Queen of Pentacles, you've accomplished something here that has led you to the Ten of Pentacles. You know, this feels good to me, right? But I feel like this is about you working to get to that stability, right? You've accomplished that. Now you've like reached the end here with the Ten of Pentacles. You know, you've seen the full potential of what you started doing. You know, but I still feel good about it because there's a level of accomplishment there. Now, with the Six of Swords and looking at the Ten of Pentacles and the Hangman, you don't want any conflict disrupting what you have. You know, you're not wanting to deal with that, all right, which absolutely makes sense. But, you know, those thoughts may be holding you back, though, thinking that there's going to be, you know, this conflict that you're going to have to deal with, you know. Now, looking at the Knight of Swords, I think that because of the Two of Wands being there, there is a part of you that is definitely holding yourself back because you don't want to act in, you know, haste. You don't want to do something too quickly, right? The Fool is there. I feel like that's the opportunity for you, especially with the Page of Pentacles being there. But you're not ready. You're not ready to do it. And like, I can understand, but, you know, is this all fear-based, right? Are you just going to go right back to the past? And I understand that, but I'm still looking at you doing this to yourself, I mean, definitely you don't want to be pushed to do something that you're not comfortable with. But, I look at this and I think that is there, right? There's that potential there for you to just say, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to go ahead and do it, right? But let me plan some things out just in case. It's like needing to have a backup plan just in case something falls through. But I'm not seeing anything negative here, because I look at the swords and think this is how you're thinking, especially with the hangman being there with that Six of Swords. But like, I get it though. I understand not wanting to deal with any more conflict than what you've already been through trying to get to this point in the first place. And whatever it is that you're wanting to build here, whatever it is that you're wanting to start, it still looks good. That security and stability is still going to be there for you, right? But I look at this and think you need to put yourself out there. You got to do this, right? And maybe what you need is support. I'm surprised the Three of Cups isn't showing up here. But that's the thing, though. I'm looking at the Six of Wands thinking that once you do this, you'll have all the support you could ever need. All right, so for those of you who are single, passion. And then you have the Five of Wands. I always look at passion, I think that's great, but then you have this kind of shit happening. I'm like, oh, but why? So with the Five of Wands, this could be, somebody you have a passion for may be spying on you in another relationship here, or you're doing this, right? It's looking in on somebody else's life, looking in on their relationship here, right? Like wanting to gain information almost by watching what they're doing. And is it because you have, a passion here? Or are you finding out that somebody has been interested in you, and is it bringing up passion? You know what I'm saying? Like, this could be a good or bad thing. I don't like that it's being done that way, but I still see passion as a good thing, I feel like it's finding out that, somebody was like looking in on you or like wanting to find out about you, right? But it's not like a stalker type thing, but yet it is, like, I don't know how to describe that. But I don't like the way it's happening, but with passion, for some reason, it's making you happy. Now, for those of you who are in a relationship, what I worry about here is that, and this could be you or your partner here. We can flip the script on this one. But what I'm getting from this is somebody is not feeling it, and that's because they have feelings somewhere else. And you have the same type of thing going on here between the two, singles and couples, because you're still looking at one person and two other people being involved. When you're looking at the Page of Cups, like I said, with Cancer, it's like this dude is like, God damn it, why can't I just tell them how I feel? And it's frustrating because all the while, they're involved in another relationship, And that may be why the current relationship that you're in just, is not enough. Now, it could be that, there's not enough there because somebody isn't saying something or you're not saying something. So it's like fizzling out, I mean, it just depends here. But if you are in a relationship and there's not enough keeping it going, like I said, it could be you or the other person here who may be wanting to communicate to somebody else, but then not actually dealing with, what is going on in the current relationship. Whew. But, for singles, it looks like it's a good thing. Like, oh, I didn't know that you, wanted something to do with me. Like, wow, this is great. Like, you're feeling it, right? But what I will say with the general read, I do feel like, you have what you need here to start something new, something that, you're going to have to take a risk with. Absolutely. I'm okay with you needing to plan things, but don't prevent yourself from putting yourself out there, because I feel like it's the right thing for you to do. Don't worry about what may have happened in the past, looking at the Six of Cups. Don't worry about a repeat of the past, right? Because regardless, your past is showing that, no matter what happens, you have the ability to create that Ten of Pentacles all over again if you had to. But I don't think that that's the case, But don't overthink, the conflict that may come up by you doing this, because I still feel like it is the right thing for you to do.